Is it me or have they picked up the pace? Looks like they picked up the pace. Oh, by the way, magic number is now 9. According to Bryce Harper, we can talk about the division and the magic number. Ricky Pitalico, Ben Davis, I'm Michael Barkan, John Kruk in a moment. We welcome you to Phillies Postgame Live, presented by Cure Auto Insurance. 3-2 Phillies. Bottom line is they got enough runs to win it. 3-2. Jose Alvarado pitched great. Zack Wheeler pitched great. Nick Castellanos avenged last night. Hit by pitch, got hit by a pitch again. Oh, Ricky Bo, this was amazing. Is it me or have they picked up the pace?
No, I don't know about picking up the pace, but they're winning baseball games. That's all that you should care about. And I know, look, every game is not going to look pretty. This is September. Certain games you're just trying to, get your way through, navigate your way through, get on the map, make sure you could pick up a win. But I mean, in a game like this, you look at it this way: Zack Wheeler pitched well. That's step one. 18 swings and misses in his game. You brought up the whole point. What is the best way to punch somebody back? Mm-hmm. How about a big home run in your first at-bat to take a 2-0 lead in this one for Nick Castellanos? Why he gets hit again is beyond me, because that looked like he was throwing that again. I'm just going to leave it at that. But the rest of the game, what I look at is the bullpen. Matt Strahm, outstanding. Jose Alvarado.
Wow.
Somebody woke up the beast, man, because this guy's going again in a good direction. And then Estevez was outstanding in the ninth.
Mm-hmm. Benny?
Well, they got very good defense as well. You saw that play there in the ninth inning. Great throw by, catch and throw by Ramos. Garcia to Trey Turner, shortstop, great pick and tag. And you're going to have to do those things throughout the course of the year, especially to get into the playoffs and win in the playoffs.
Let's go across the street to Citizens Bank Park, check in with John Kruk, who called tonight's game with Tom McCarthy in this 3-2 Phillies win. John, we asked you pregame, we asked all the guys, who do you think is the most important player going into the postseason? And you said Jose Alvarado. And Jose Alvarado, 7 pitches, man. Where has he rediscovered his pitching style?
Well, it was always there. It's just his command got a little off, but his velocity seems like it's jumped up a tick. He's consistently now 98, 99. Of course, the cutter is lethal when you're throwing strikes with the fastball, or the sinker they call it. But and look, moving forward, you're going to need bullpen guys that are hot. And right now, Matt Strahm's he's been pitching great all season, and Alvarado, and you go with that with Hoffman and Estevez. And Kerkering, the way he's been pitching lately, you got a big 5-headed monster down there that can shut teams down, and especially with Jose, and it doesn't matter if it's lefty on lefty, lefty on righty, or a Kerkering, Hoffman, or Estevez, because they can get both sides of the plate out, and that's huge for Rob Thomson. Further, moving into the last few weeks of the season and then into the postseason, it's going to be huge for Rob Thompson to be able to mix and match his bullpen pieces.
Johnny, Zack Wheeler tonight, 103 pitches, didn't have great command of his fastball, but still had 18 swings and misses, 9 strikeouts. That's against a team that had 13 hits last night. Shows you just how good he really is.
Yeah, it's just amazing every time he goes out there that, you know that more than likely you should win that game. And with Zach, he gave up the couple runs, but, his two-seam fastball tonight with the to the left-handed hitters to get called strikes, I mean, that was as good as you're going to see one. The way he was hitting that inside corner with that pitch to the lefties. If you notice the first couple innings, it was mainly just, four-seam sinkers. And then as the game went on, he started mixing in some of his off-speed pitches. But, the pitch count got up because he did lose some command there in the middle innings. But, it's typical, another typical outing for Zack Wheeler. 6 innings, 2 runs, and ho-hum, another win, and another win for the Fightins.
John, the thing that's most impressive to me, and it's just not tonight, that there are different guys kind of stepping up for this team as each day goes by right now. Obviously, there's some guys that are banged up. You look at Garcia behind the plate. You look as far as Cody Clemens and Weston Wilson. I mean, is this the mark of something better to happen because these guys could actually maybe get some rest down the stretch, and you can hand it over to these guys?
Oh, absolutely. And you know, back when we played, it was a 25-man roster, and you always say if you're going to win, you need all 25 guys to contribute. Well, with the injuries and everything, the Phillies, it's taken about 35 to do what they're doing. And the great thing is, and it's the thing I think that makes this team special, when they call up someone or a young player has to get some playing time, these veteran guys are great with them. You know, it's not like, well, I'm going to wait and see if he can play first before I acknowledge that he's even on the team. These guys welcome these guys with open arms and just tell them, look, you know, you got to help us. And these guys are doing it. Stevenson last night, Buddy Kennedy, man, that was one of the most impressive things that base hit. Love Buddy. And then tonight, you know, Weston Wilson gets a hit to drive in Nick. And, yeah, it's every man. The great thing is when they come here, these young kids, and they have to start playing, you're expected to produce, and thank goodness that these young players are producing for them.
They sure are. As you are producing in the booth, mister, I'll tell you what. Yes, I know you're more excited about it than you let on. I can tell. I can tell. All right, maybe not.
Hey, do you have on a teal jacket? I didn't see it today.
Well, it's mint. Thank you. It's mint. Yeah. Do you like it? No?
I can't see it. I can't see anything.
Well, you know what? I'll send you a photo.
Please do.
Please don't. No, you don't want to see this. It's not a good.
Can't wait. I can't wait to get home to take a peek at it.
John,
we
must cut you short. All right. Well,
all right, good.
We'll see you tomorrow.
All right. See you all.
See you later.
See you.
Great John Kruk joining us from the booth as he does every night.
I feel like he's got a cleansed mind right now, and he's just throwing the baseball.
You know what I'd love to see them do is take the pitchers, get the pitchers, put a helmet on them, put them at home plate, crank the pitching machine up to 98 to 100, and have them stand in the box and just track the balls. And then they can get a sense of how hard it is to hit, and then they can realize, I don't have to be so perfect. I'm throwing 99, 98. I don't have to be perfect with it. I don't have to just try and miss by a little bit or try and make the perfect pitch. I can get away with stuff because I'm throwing 98 to 100. If they saw how fast that was coming in there, they would realize that themselves, like, maybe I don't have to be so great.
I think I've said this before to you. I think I've said I wish I could have seen what I threw like or what it looked like from home plate. Because I'll never forget, I was sitting in the bullpen, and I was sitting next to Toby Borland one night, and we got a guy named Russ Springer. Threw hard, through mid to upper 90s, and he was letting it go, and I was like, ooh, this guy throws gas. And Toby Borland looks at me and goes, you just see what yours looks like. But you never know. You never know that. So you don't know, in all honesty, you don't know exactly what you're throwing up there because you never see it.
So get Alvarado in the box. Get them all
I'm not
in
saying
there.
they're going to do it, but
get them all in. Oh, it's a great idea. You know, Topper watches this program. In fact, he's going to speak to us in just a few moments.
That's right. You just never know exactly what you do. I used to call that a little Houdini move because that doesn't happen all the time.
No, it doesn't. What did you think of making a move like that, going home with the ball, as opposed?
I thought that's a great move in a game like this. I mean, it didn't seem like it was going to be very high scoring. You got to take your chances when you can. I think, as a matter of fact, if the runner wasn't going, Stott has time to throw to first base anyway, so I think that's a fantastic.
The infield, we were over at the ballpark. The infield is at 4 depth. So there's 4 different depths, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 is you're all the way in. You're trying to cut down that runner at home. All of them were in on the grass. That's how far in. If the ball's hit to you, that runner goes, you are determined to get that out at home plate. That's why you're in that far. And runs, like Ricky said, runs were at a premium tonight. They eliminated that run, and obviously it was big in the ball.
And the only way you really get burned on that is if Wheeler makes a really good pitch in on the hands and a little bleeder, falls in just on the infield. Yeah. But I think that was the right move in a game like this.
So in a big way, that is a game saver by Bryson Stott and Aramis Garcia. What's Rob Thomson think about the night? Here he is post-game in the clubhouse.
I didn't think he was as sharp as normal. I thought the sinker was good. Velocity was good. Touched 98 in the first. He threw some effective splitters, but it didn't seem like he could land his breaking ball, whether the slider or the curveball. I'd have to look at the tape, but he was grinding. He worked out of trouble in a couple innings. Leadoff triple in the third, and then punches out the side. And leadoff double in the fourth, I think, and gets out of it. So, you got it done.
How difficult is that to call your own game when you don't usually do that?
Shouldn't be all that difficult at all, to tell you the truth. I mean, if you do the work, should be all right.
What would you like most about this series?
I think the way we grinded, we were missing a couple of hitters tonight, and we scratched across 3 runs against a really good starter. I mean, that kid's going to be in this league for a long time. Cassidy he's swinging the bat good. It's a 2-run homer in the first inning, then he leads off or 2-out walk in the 6th to get us going. Marsh base hit, and Weston Wilson gets a game-winning RBI on his birthday. It's kind of cool. I think we were grinding. That's a good team. They play hard. They're scrappy. They can do a lot of things.
To follow up on that and the grinding, what do you make of the way that your team has performed lately? You're missing some regulars. Aramis Garcia has a huge throwout tonight.
Yep.
You mentioned Wes Wilson with the bunt single, swinging bunt single. What do you make of the way your team continues to win, even though you're missing key guys?
Well, I think we've been doing that for a couple of years now, and I think it's a testament to, like I said, front office signing guys, 6-year free agents, and our player development system developing guys, making them comfortable to come here. You mentioned Garcia. He also had a great tag at the plate, stopped with a great throw with the infield in. They just come up here and they tend to perform, and you need that because it takes a village to get this thing done, and we've been fortunate to be able to do that in the last couple of years.
What do you think the big difference has been for Alvarado since he came back?
I think he's just pitching free. He's just nothing's on his mind. He's good. Whatever the problem was, he took care of it, and he's relaxed, and he's just getting after it. And he looks like the real Alvy.
What made you want to go to him in the 8th inning tonight?
Just the match. We had Hoffman down, Kerkering was down, and we had Strom up in the 6th in case Wheels ran out of pitches. So since he was hot, we'd use him in the 7th, and then it was Alvy in the 8th.
Everything okay with Hoffman?
Oh yeah. He threw 22 pitches 2 nights ago, and then last night he was up twice because he could have been going in the 10th inning, and he's just a little fatigued today.
When Alvarado's throwing like that, how does it add to the bullpen, and what does it mean to the bullpen?
It's just another piece to a really good bullpen, And now Ruiz is throwing the ball really well. There's a lot of depth there. We just got to keep him healthy and fresh and keep him pitching well.
Would Schwarber have been available tonight off the
No.
bench if you needed him?
So you have an 8-game lead over the Mets with the magic number 9, 7 coming up against the Mets, starting with 3 this weekend. What do you think about these upcoming games against a division opponent that's chasing you right now?
Well, they're important. I mean, nothing is done yet. I mean, until they put that, whatever they put next year, your club, the E or the B or whatever it is, until they put that there, nothing's done. So we got to keep going.
They had some decent at-bats. I know you wouldn't say the 9 strikeouts would really say that, but they made this guy work. Deep counts tonight. I tipped my cap to them. They had a good idea last night, obviously with the 13 hits, and then going into the attack, Zack Wheeler tonight, but Zack had the best of them.
Yeah, every time you looked up, there were runners on base.
Yeah,
for
but it's
Tampa
weird
Bay,
the flashes
and
of
he
brilliance
settled it.
he has.
You're right.
It's very odd. Like he'll walk a couple guys, and then boom, 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 he strikes out 2 guys, and all right, I'm out of the inning. And then he gives up a leadoff triple. What does he do? He strikes everybody else out. I mean, that's something. He's got a blessed arm when you could do that. That's not that easy to do. And to have a leadoff triple and a leadoff double at one point, you're going to have to work through that. But once you get through that, I think it's a big sigh of relief. And, I mean, when you could do that, that's why his ERA is so low, because he could battle himself through innings, and he stays out of these 4-run innings.
Actually, it went up, Ricky, from 2.59 to 2.60. He's in trouble. Let's hear from Zack Wheeler right now in the clubhouse.
You get a game like this one, especially late in the year, able to fight through this. How much more are these starts a little more satisfying for you because you're able to kind of rely on other things that when other things aren't going very well for you, you can kind of work your way through it?
Not really. I mean, it's just is what it is, and you just move on to the next one. What do you think of the role that the team's on right now, just winning series after series?
Yeah, it's good. That's what we need to be doing this time of year, and hopefully we can continue that.
How different is it calling your own pitches?
I didn't call my own pitches.
Oh, you weren't calling?
No, I wasn't, no.
What have you made of the bullpen recently?
They're really good, really good. And, you know, anytime we can come out of the game and just hand it to those guys and they just go out there and do their thing, it's cool to watch. And, you know, those guys, they work their butts off and they take a lot of pride in what they do. So it's just really cool to see them doing well out there.
Was Alvarado what specifically making the last 4 or 5 since he came back? He's
Yeah,
himself again?
yeah, maybe a little reset. I don't know. You know, you have to ask him, but just from the visual, I mean, it looks fantastic and looks like Alvarado.
You guys had a little bit of a Lehigh Valley look tonight, the starting lineup.
Yeah.
What's that like?
It's cool to see. You know, that's what's good about a good organization is, you know, guys have to step up. When guys go down up here, you know, we need guys to step up and just continue to play like guys were up here or at least close to it. And, you know, Garcia made a heck of a throw there at the end to get that guy. He called a great game for me tonight. And, you know, Cal last night, I think it was, getting the base hit and Buddy out there. So it's pretty cool to see.